Let us talk about intonation. What is intonation? Intonation is the rise and fall of the voice in speech, showing pitch and tone to convey meaning. This means intonation is the rise and fall of your voice while you are speaking. So it helps show meaning, your emotions, or to place emphasis. You have to know that in English, pitch patterns, that is the highs and the lows, can completely change how a sentence is understood. So if you do not use the right tone whenever you are conveying a message, then you are going to be misunderstood. So intonation in phonology is very important. We have different kinds of intonation. One of them is the falling intonation or the falling tone. We will call it tune 1. Now what is the falling tone? Here, your voice rises slightly on stressed syllables. Then it will drop at the last stressed syllable. So your voice may slightly rise on the stressed syllable in the sentence. On the last stressed syllable, then your voice will fall. So this will create a firm, complete, or confident feel in what you say. So think of falling intonation as like sliding down a hill. You start high on important words and end low on the last key word. That is the falling intonation. Let us have some examples of this falling intonation. Now let us learn how to use the falling intonation in these sentences, starting with statements. If you want to use the falling intonation to sound confident, this is how you should put this statement. I am very hungry. I am very hungry. We ended low on the last keyword. The voice fell on the last stressed syllable. I am very hungry. I am very hungry. Now in WH questions, a falling intonation will be, where did you go? Where did you go? Starts high and then end on the last stressed syllable. The voice drops. In commands, so this sentence using the falling intonation, come will be said with much emphasis and then the voice will drop on here. So come here, falling tone. In exclamations, for this exclamation we will say that's wonderful. So it starts from a higher pitch and then the voice drops on the last stressed syllable. When you are offering a choice, this is how to use the falling intonation. Rise or kinky? Rise or kinky? In responses, yes I do. Yes I do. The pitch rises on yes and gradually falls on do. Yes I do. In invitations, come over for dinner. Come over for dinner. So the pitch rises from come and then gradually falls on dinner. This is the falling tone or the falling intonation. Let us talk about the rising intonation. The rising tone. How does it work? Now for the rising tone, the last stressed syllable rises in pitch instead of falling. So your voice goes up at the end, making the sentence feel unfinished, questioning, or polite. So think of it as your voice asking for attention or continuation. It is like saying, hey, I need a response. Let us see some examples of this rising tone. It is used for yes or no questions. For example, are you tired? Are you tired? So the rising tone at the end signals that you expect an answer. Are you tired? So you let your voice rise slightly at the end of tired. Now you can also use rising intonation in statements with added meaning. Although it is a statement, but you are surprised, or you are expressing doubts, or you are looking for confirmation. So for example, Amma ate the food. Amma ate the food. So here you are showing either disbelief, a surprise, or seeking confirmation whether the food was eaten. So the stress is on the food and your voice rises at the end to indicate questioning, although this is typically a statement. Now to the next one. The rising intonation can also indicate alternative in a choice. For example, rise or banku. Here, the rising intonation is on rise. Therefore, it shows that it is not final. Wait for the second option. So the first option rises and the second option falls. Rising intonation can also be used for non-final clauses. For example, I went to the market, then. So it signals that the sentence is not finished. More is coming. So there is a rise at the end of the clause to indicate continuation. Now the next one is polite request. Whenever you use a rising intonation when you are making a request, then you have added politeness or friendliness to it. For example, can you pass me the salt? Here you have added politeness to your request. It is different from asking it this way. Can you pass me the salt? Here it is not showing politeness. So rising intonation at the end of request show that you are polite. Can you pass me the salt? Politeness tip. Now let us discuss the functions of intonation. Intonation has two main functions, that is the grammatical function and the attitudinal function. Now let us talk about the grammatical function. So intonation can change the meaning of a sentence. That is the grammatical function. So for example, in a statement, if you use a falling tone in this sentence, he is coming today. He is coming today. Here, the falling tone shows that you are just giving information. But if you use a rising tone, then you are asking for confirmation. It becomes a question. He is coming today. He is coming today. You are asking a question. You are asking for confirmation. Intonation can change the meaning of a sentence. That is the grammatical function. Now the next one. You can also show command or request by your intonation. For example, sit down. This is a command. It is a firm command, like a teacher in a class. Sit down. It is a firm command. But sit down, here it is a polite request. These are some grammatical functions. Let us talk about the attitudinal function. Now, intonation can also show your feelings or attitude. So it can show politeness, rudeness, surprise, or doubts. Examples: excuse me. The rising intonation here means a polite request. Excuse me. But if you use the falling intonation, then you are expressing command or annoyance. For example, you are telling someone off. So you say, excuse me. That is a command, or you are expressing annoyance. So be careful with your intonation. Otherwise, your polite excuse me might come out sounding very rude and people will be offended. If you have enjoyed our lessons so far, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and then activate your notification button